guys, Work here. So I want to start a new segment, and that segment is going to be called Work Takes, and it's going to be my takes on what different products and things are happening on in the industry. Right now, SHOT Show is going on, and I'm going to bring you some updates to a couple of products here from a parking lot in Indiana. Today, specifically, I want to cover the Franklin Armory Reformation, and that is their new SBR that came out that's not really an SBR, because they found a loophole that they were going to work out and utilize to give you a 11 and some inch barrel rifle, essentially. Shoots I believe that they're coming out with 300 blackout first and then a 5.56 later on, with a collapsible shoulder stock, a shoulderable collapsible shoulder stock. It's not one of those brace things, it is actually a stock. Now today we finally found out what they were doing that was going to subvert the the laws and get us this new SBR without a tax stamp, because that was the big thing, is this is not going to have a tax stamp. It's not an actual SBR. So what they did was they put straight lands and grooves in it. And for anybody who doesn't really know what that is, so we all know what rifling is. It's curved lands and grooves down the axis of a barrel that spins the bullet as the bullet travels down the barrel. So what they did was they straightened those out. So any benefit that you would have gotten from rifling inside this barrel is now totally negated, because it's flinging the bullet out of the end of this barrel with no spin whatsoever. And that spin is what keeps it stable in flight. They're saying that they're getting like 4 MOA at 50 yards. So at 50 yards, this thing is already starting to tumble. And which means that at 100 yards, you're going to be lucky to hit a 4-foot piece of paper. Like, imagine that. Imagine having something that size that can't hit a 4-foot piece of paper. I could hit a 4-foot piece of paper at 100 yards with a pistol. So what is the point of this thing, essentially? Typically, an SBR, the purpose is to get a rifle caliber, or one of those like mid-range calibers, like a 223 or a blackout, in a smaller package. So this does give you that smaller package, but you don't get any of the additional benefits other than the velocity, which velocity doesn't mean crap if you can't hit what you're aiming at. So what you're getting, essentially, is something that looks like an SBR only. You get none of the benefits of an SBR. It's only to look cool. That's why they made this thing, so you can look cool without a tax stamp. Now here's the kicker, is you get to look cool without a tax stamp for $2,000. That's the starting price range of these things, $2,000. That's insane to me. It can't hit the broadside of a barn unless you get their special ammo that they're still working on, mind you, and is going to cost an arm and a leg, and is going to. So you can't hit the broadside of a barn. And what's the point? There isn't one. So essentially, they created a weapon that nobody needed just so that the tactical guys could get an SBR without a tax stamp. And that's some crap. So for all of you guys who are willing to go out and pay $2,000 for this abomination of product, and to call it the Reformation is just a shame. This is Franklin Armory's Springfield Saint, is what it is. Actually, it may be worse, because at least a Saint works. That's it for this time, guys. Remember, I appreciate every one of you. And until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.